All right, to the table, Gabriel Thaler looking down at a 4-deuce, won't play that mess. And now Mike Watson has picked up the pair of kings. What a hand.
Well, Mike is the current chip leader. Picks up a beautiful hand here. Going to make it 220,000 to go.
Ralph Perry going out. Luke not going to play. And now the Razor, John Fan with an ace-5.
Not the kind of hand you want to go up against the chip leader with.
No, he goes out. David Benjamin. His turn to act. He has a Jack-10 offsuit in the big blind.
Well, is this the kind of hand you want to fade against the chip leader who raised under the gun? You always like to see flops with a Jack-10, and of course David Benjamin put him at the head of that flop class. He loves to see flops, so he makes the call.
So the flop is ace-queen-5. David with the inside straight draw. He has checked it. Mike Watson, kind of a scary flop because the ace is popped up.
Yeah, doesn't want to get check raised there, so he opts to check as well. Well, 3 of spade comes off, so for David to win it, he needs to catch a king. His opponent holding 2 of them.
David quickly checking again. Mike not coming out of the woods, also going to check.
Well, now the board pairs queens.
David taking no shot at this. He's going to check it again.
Well, Vince, David's checked 3 times in a row. You have to think your 2 kings are good by now. If he's setting a trap at this late stage in the pot, good luck to him. Mike is going to make a value bet here, and he does take down the pot as Benjamin folds.
You see Amy Watson, Mike's sister, applauding, very happy about him taking down his first pot here tonight.
Online poker is back in America. No purchase necessary. Play online poker for cash prizes with players across the U.S. Sit next to your favorite ambassadors like Phil Ivey, Brad Owen, Rampage, Wolfgang, and the rest of the WPT crew. Play tournaments and ring games to win real prizes and experiences, including free entries into next-level poker events in Las Vegas. Sign up at clubwptgold.com with promo code YouTube.
Right back at him.
Good choice, John.
Next hand, Mikey Wind quickly folding. Amit Makisha, the chip leader, also going out.
Back on Paul. This time he looks at an ace-3, going to lay it down.
Into the Razor, John Fan. Okay, he's picked up a real hand, a solid pair of 9s.
He's on the button, in position, up against the 2 blinds. You're going to like this hand.
Here we go.
160.
He's going to raise it, makes it 160,000 to go.
Yeah, it's going to put some pressure on the nephew of the great poker player, Chip Reese. This is a very young 23-year-old Zack Clark, and he's got ace-jack offsuit.
Well, Vince, it looks like he's getting out some raising chips. Perhaps he thinks John is just making a button raise, as we say, trying to steal the blinds and antes. He's not going to have it. He's coming right over the top of him. Raises it 400,000 more, makes it 560,000 to go. And incredibly, in the big blind, Kyle Wilson from Canada, 25-year-old, father of 4, looks down at 2 kings.
Just amazing. All right, in the blue shirt is Greg Mueller, WPT finalist, friend of Kyle Wilson's. Also from Canada, of course.
I'm all in.
Whoa.
Well, Kyle is going all in here. You can't blame him for that. Somebody's got 2 aces. Good luck to him. Kyle's got about $1 million in chips. He's moved all in. Action now back on John. Eventually raised on the button. The small blind raised it to 560,000. The big blind moved all in for $1 million. Folks, if you know nothing else about John the Razor fan, other than what a tough poker player is, understand that he's very deliberate in making decisions at the poker table. One of the slowest players on tour.
Well, he does take his time. Now, last week we saw him get some bad beats, and he wore about 9 of his bracelets on his arm. Tonight he's going with 1. Maybe to change his luck.
Well, Vince, it's kind of hand against one player you might consider calling for sure, but against 2 opponents.
I need like 3 more glasses of drinks.
One of them figures to have this hand beat.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty routine drop. John the Razor. Very entertaining player at the table.
I'm just so happy all the time. I'm winning or losing.
I don't know what the heck he really said, but I think he's going to fold.
Well, action's back on Zack, and he's virtually pot committed in my mind. There's 1.7 million out there. Going to cost him another 435,000 to make the call.
435.
Yeah, he was just pushing because he thought Fan might be stealing, and now he's in a predicament here.
Well, the only hand he's mathematically not getting the right price if his opponent has specifically 2 aces.
I call.
That's not the case. He's got 2 kings. Zack does make the call. He's the underdog.
Well, he was pot committed, but right now he's in the thick of it. Took a shot, but he's up against a monster. Pair of kings.
30% though.
Maybe doesn't pick up a hand. Maybe doesn't pick up a
We
hand.
are seeing some fireworks now here at the Legend of Poker. Kyle Wilson, quite a basketball player. In fact, he was offered a professional basketball contract in Europe.
The ace always comes here.
Right now, he's driving for a quick layup, Vince, to double up here at this final table.
Well, you'd love to do it with this quality hand.
Huge pot here. Well over $2.5 million in this pot. Here comes the flop. An ace comes right on the flop. You see the disappointed look in Kyle's face. It says it all. Unbelievable. He's now got to catch a king or 2 running diamonds to make a flush. Otherwise, Kyle's going to be out of here in 6th place.
What a discouraging flop there for the Canadian. Kyle, 5 on the turn, doesn't help him.
Well, we are down to the river card. Zack only has to dodge a king to take this pot down, and he does it as a 3 of spades comes off. So that's going to do it for the young Canadian, Kyle Wilson. He goes out in 6th place.
Yep, he's going to pick up 176,000. He's a good sport, and just like that, we are down to 5. This 22-year-old is one smart guy. Graduated high school at 15.
I move all in.
And look at this kid. He's on a rampage right now. Vivic goes all in with an ace, 8 of diamonds.
Call.
But he's up against Dan with a pair of kings.
Well, you can't blame Vivic for moving all in there with an ace high. But Dan Miller's picked up 2 kings in the big blind, and he is loving it. A great chance for him to double up right here.
I got so many outs.
Everybody's standing up. Vivic with the ace, 8 of diamonds. Dan Miller with the 2 kings. Here comes that flop. What's Jack 10 deuce with 1 diamond.
9 of diamonds.
Dan Miller well out front with the 2 kings.
I'll just take an ace. I'll just take an ace.
Vivic very casual,
diamonds, nine of
demanding an
diamonds.
ace.
Something with a tiny little tease.
Well, the board pairs deuces.
I didn't have many spots on it. Thought it was a.
The only way Vivic can win this pot is to catch an ace on the river.
Like an ace.
Otherwise, Dan Miller's going to double up.
The way things are going tonight, you never know.
Ding.
Can Dan's hand hold up? Yes.
6 of spade pops up on the river. So Dan Miller sits down, takes down nearly a $4 million pot, and moves into 2nd chip
How much do
position.
you have?
Dan Miller at a
Big hand for Jason. He's getting out some raisin chips. See how much he's going to bet. It looks like 475,000.
okay. Into Sang
Oh,
Kim.
right behind him. Sang has picked up a pair of kings. He's got the Cowboys. When you play poker, you're only expected to pick up a pair once every 17 deals. And Vince, he could put a severe karate chop on his opponent right here.
Hold in.
And he is going all in here with the 2 kings.
Yes, he does. Vivic quickly folding. Dan out.
I call.
And a quick call by Jason Strocek.
So here we go. Jason happy for the moment, but he won't be in 1 second when Sang puts up his hand.
Kings!
A little kung fu all around here.
Yes. Oh, boy.
What do you do?
Well, Jason is right. What can you do? Nobody's going to get away from queens in a 4-hand poker game, so.
The black belt coming out to work.
Well, Vance, this is the black belt in poker right here when you've got pair over pair.
Hollywood.
Now, Jason does have a few more chips than Sang,
Give it to me, dealer.
so he won't get broke even if he loses this pot.
Give me the queen, dealer.
Oh, desperate men.
Okay, let's see.
1 queen.
Let's see.
1 queen. I'm definitely hitting it.
There's the flop. Ace, Jack, 9. Not going to hit Jason there.
Well, we're dead on the suits.
Now, Jason's going to have to catch a queen or 2 running cards to make it straight.
Queen of clubs. How about
Otherwise,
that?
he's going to be down to the
Queen of
cloth.
clubs. You want the queen of spades or the queen of clubs?
Kings dominating the queens at this point. Here comes the turn.
Well, deuce of hearts comes off, so we are down to the river. Sang will double up unless a queen comes up.
One more card to sweat.
Want to be a cowboy.
Well, 7 of hearts comes off. So Sang Kim, the 7th degree black belt in Taekwondo.
I got 150,000 left.
Just
so.
put a nice kick to the groin to Jason right there.
Action right back on the smiling Kathy Liebert as she folds a 10-9.
Gavin has picked up 2 kings. He's got the
boy.
Cowboys. And he's going to make it 110,000 to go.
Good things happening now for the WPT champion Gavin Smith. Mark Karam folding his hand. And now Gramps peeks down at an ace-4 of clubs. But once no part of it goes out.
Well, we're around to the fireman now. He picks up a pair of 7s, the 2 walking sticks. He's going to bet 260,000.
Yep, he has raised it. Now Ryan with a mid-pair, pair of 8s. Contemplating a decision.
Boy, the fireman better be real careful. He'll be walking out of here with those walking sticks. But in the meantime, the pot's been raised and re-raised. Well, Ryan's going to lay him down.
And wow.
Well, Gavin quickly and quietly goes all in. The fireman makes the call.
Oh boy, he might have just fallen off his ladder right there.
Come on.
He's not careful. He'll be back to the hook and ladder before you know it if he doesn't get lucky here with the 2 walking sticks.
I thought you were stealing one too many.
I don't steal, bro.
The fireman says, I thought you were stealing. How wrong he was. The whole dream of taking home over $1 million right on the line right here with a pair of 7s.
So right now, the fireman, Jim Trenholm, in a backdraft. He is up against it. His opponent's got 2 kings. He's got 2 7s. So Gavin Smith, former WPT Player of the Year, well out in front with the 2 kings. See if they stand up. So far, so good. It's come ace 6-4.
Keep him low, keep him low.
The one throwing up right now is Ryan Fissler because he threw 2 8s away.
I had 8-8, yeah. Folded pocket 8-6.
Wow. Well, you couldn't call anyway.
No way.
I'm moving over top of you anyway.
For the fireman to stay alive, he needs to catch a 7 or a 5 here, Vince.
Yeah, he's got an inside straight draw to go with the 7s. Turn card coming up.
Well, a 6 comes off.
Ooh, that was close.
Well, Gavin breathes a sigh of relief. Because it was a 3 across, as we say, but for the fireman to stay alive, he must catch a 7 or a 5 on the river. Otherwise, it's back to the firehouse.
5 or 7, 5 or 7.
He needs to strike lucky. Can he get it? No.
Nope, it's a 6. So both players make a full house. Gavin's is higher. He's going to take down the pot. And that's going to do it for the fireman from Toronto, Jim Trenholm, out in 6th place.
Oh, boy, $133,000 richer. Got in this tournament through all his buddies playing.
Online poker is back in America. No purchase necessary. Play online poker for cash prizes with players across the U.S. Sit next to your favorite ambassadors like Phil Ivey, Brad Owen, Rampage, Wolfgang, and the rest of the WPT crew. Play tournaments and ring games to win real prizes and experiences, including free entries into next-level poker events in Las Vegas. Sign up at clubwptgold.com with promo code YouTube.
Still has some work to do. All right back on Chino. And he's picked up a pair of kings here.
Unbelievable. Just made a flushed out draw his opponent. Now picks up 2 kings on the button. He's going to raise it. Makes it 720,000 to go.
And Justin Young with a queen 5 of clubs.
Well, Justin just got beat by a club flush a minute ago.
I call.
And he's going to make the call here.
Yeah, he's going to slop around. He's made the call.
Well, Justin going way uphill in this hand. Let's see if it works out for him.
Flop comes up a queen 3-8. That's giving Justin top pair.
Well, he checks.
And Chino, of course, with the overpair, the kings, is going to bet $1.2 million.
And Vance, if you're sitting in Justin Young's seat and you call a raise before the flop with queen high and it comes queen 8-3.
I'm all in.
I don't know what you're going to do here. And there you go. Justin moving all in. Chino quickly calls him. Chino Ream well out in front. Poised to take down his first WPT title. And now it's Justin's turn to get lucky to stay alive in this tournament. He's got to catch a queen or a 5 to take the lead. 2 running clubs will win it for him also. Well,
You like
Chino
clubs?
finally being
Oh,
honest
I
here.
like clubs too.
He just wants his hand to hold up where he can finally take down a WPT title like most of his buddies have.
Here's 4th Street.
Well, 9 of hearts comes off on the turn. You can see Justin doesn't like that card because he knows with 1 card to go, he must catch exactly a queen or a 5. Otherwise, his quest to become a WPT champion is over for tonight.
Will this be the time for Chino Ream? Will he take down his first WPT title? It all comes down to this card.
It's a deuce of diamonds.
He's done it.
Well, that's going to do it. The guy who made the final table at the 2008 World Series of Poker, the famed November 9. And believe me, it's like playing poker with a bullseye on your chest. They all want to shoot you down and get that $5,000 bounty.
I bet they do. But let's go back to this hand. Kathy has picked up a pair of kings.
Well, perhaps a little justice after the terrible nightmare that she just went through. And she had ace king against ace queen and lost that $4 million pot. Unbelievable.
Just an awful outdraw there of ace king up against ace queen to take control of a tournament that you've never won and then have that happen. What a disaster.
Yeah, she's going to raise it. Makes it 110,000 to go. Chris with the ace high. Gotta be careful about making a move here. He's going to make a call, though. Little does he know she's got such a powerhouse.
Here comes the flop, and it only gets better for Happy Kathy, picking up 3 of a kind.
Unbelievable. She has flopped top set. She's got 3 kings as the flop comes king 6-4.
She's gonna check. She's trying to trap here.
Yeah, she sure is.
Chris also checking 10 of spades on the turn.
2 spades out there.
ABBA songs going off in Kathy's head and checking again.
Well, just trying to throw this guy rope, hoping he'll take a stab at this pot. Hit something along the way.
And he's gonna check. Doesn't fall into the trap.
Now the 8 of spade comes off. So 3 spades, possible straight, possible flush out there. Again, Kathy checks. And if I had an ace high here, I'd be happy just to check it down. Obviously, Chris is not going to win the pot. And look at this, Vince. He's going to reach for chips. And he's betting 150,000 here.
Man, I play so bad.
Look at the anguish on Kathy's face. I guess most people would just be delighted somebody bet where you could call him a 3 kings, but
I don't know. This is typical.
after losing that last pot with ace king against ace queen, Kathy's fearfully made a flush or a straight
150.
here.
Yep, she's getting worried that he stumbled into something.
She's never laying this down.
No.
She's going to make the
Yeah.
call here.
Ace high.
It's not often you check down top set and then make a crying call on the river, but Kathy did it there.
I thought you meant you play so bad because you're calling off the worst hand.
I'm calling because, I mean, I play so bad because I let you catch whatever you needed to catch without charging you a penny.
I didn't catch anything. You couldn't have done anything.
Huh?
I almost folded pre-flop, dude.